Well, Intel's 8700K flagship 6-core CPUs have leaked. I know, what a surprise, right? Oh my god, another leak. Oh, how did this happen? It's so rare these leaks happen in the tech world. It's almost becoming boring. Well, my estimation of 4.5 gigahertz was off by 0.2 gigahertz. God damn it, I'm losing my touch. I feel like I'm goddamn Michael Pachter. Well, anyway, the specifications leaked that the 8700K will do 4.3 gigahertz on a single core boost, 4.0 gigahertz on a quad core and 6-core boost. Man, what was the dual core boost? I could have sworn they had something for dual core. Oh, the dual core will be 4.2. So, but the fact that they could go a 4.0 on all 6 cores, I like the sound of that. That does not seem bad at all. Then again, I'm pretty sure I could get 4.0 on all 4 of my cores of my 4790K. This is not that amazing if you overclock your CPUs and not fucking around trying to find a little extra wiggle room while rendering, you know what I'm saying? The chip is running at a 95 watt TDP. It is compatible with the LGA 1151 socket, which means that it may also allow Coffee Lake to be supported by the 200 series and even the 100 series motherboards, although there will be a new chipset known as the Z390 launching alongside the chipset. And it's like I said in the previous video, or it might have been in a conversation when I was bitching about Intel. You know, there's no way in hell they're gonna put out these chips and not have a board to go with it. It's fucking Intel. They're always looking for a way to get a little extra money from you. And frankly, even with this being as it is, it doesn't seem bad. You know, I know there are people who prefer Intel. Paul's Hardware. Who said that? Who said those horrible things about my buddy Paul? But there are people who prefer Intel. I have grown to prefer Intel over AMD, but Ryzen's out now, so my opinion has been swaying very much so towards Threadripper. It's just I don't have Threadripper money. But point being, this does seem decent. It seems like it could be a competitor, but once again, Intel shoots itself in the foot. If this isn't priced to performance, if this isn't priced to be competitive with Ryzen, a la typical Intel, there's no way anyone's really gonna look at this and go, yeah, I'm gonna pay the extra for this. If they're a consumer looking for the most bang for their buck, you know, that's pretty much most people building a PC. The only people who really have this sort of disposable income to just stick with a brand like Intel, blind-fistedly loyal to Intel and Nvidia, are people who have cash to burn, and that's not all of us. Frankly, I figured it's worth noting that this is coming. It seems decent for what it is, but the question remains to be seen whether Intel is now going to be competitive in the CPU market with their prices, or they're just gonna ham-fist us like usual. Take it, Paul. Smokey. That joke isn't funny anymore. You're a bad cat. You keep it up, Paul's Hardware will not return my emails. In other tech news, this comes as a surprise to no one who fucking understands what the hell Title II is. And it comes as a surprise to no one who isn't, you know, drinking the Kool-Aid. You know those people. You know, the hardcore GOP Republicans who are against Title II simply because it pisses off liberals. I'm doing quotation marks with my fingers. When your whole spiel is supporting whatever sticks it to a group of people you don't like, you need to step back, take a deep look into yourself, and reevaluate the entire way you live your fucking life. Don't bite off your nose to spite your fucking face.
How would I do that, you libretard? Hillary Clinton supporting homosexual cuck, transgendered, beefy, Polish looking, ugly, cross-eyed, club-footed motherfucker.
Verizon is saying that they are not really trying to throttle Netflix traffic, they're just testing things. And in the wake of the misery that is the FCC's new leadership, this is going to be a thing that's going to happen repeatedly. The second Title II goes down, get ready to watch your internet get throttled like a motherfucker. I know, I'm on Fios, dude. Like, sometimes I watch Netflix, especially on my phone, and the shit gets all fuzzy. It's like all of a sudden my HDR fucking 4K screen looks like someone rubbed a whole shit ton of Vaseline on my Netflix movie. I'm just trying to figure out how to fucking buy a carpet in Marrakesh. Quit being a dick, Verizon. I'm paying you out the nose, you motherfuckers. Oh, forgive me. Anyway, some Verizon wireless customers have made a fuss over discovering that video stream from Netflix, what a surprise, was being capped, otherwise known as throttling. The issue seems to spark at the heart of the net neutrality, with regulations in place that are supposed to prevent wireless carriers and ISPs from unfairly throttling traffic. The question is, was Verizon being unfair? What type of fucking article is this? Verizon did this shit before. That's why we came up with the whole Title II thing. Verizon and who else? It was Comcast, I believe. I don't think Time Warner Cable is involved, but whenever something's dirty going on in the internet world, you can bet your sweet ass Comcast is leading the charge with a goddamn rubber fist to stick up your asshole. Point being, they were doing these sort of things to sort of try and push people to their streaming services, which they have, but no one gives a cock about. And if anything, it's another power play. Like I've said before, if you haven't done it, please, just send these assholes at the FCC whatever message, whatever crap you just have to click your name to, whatever, just keep sending it, even though they're gonna ignore it. And on that note, more than 10 million people flooded the FCC with net neutrality comments. And I can assure you, Ajit Pai sat there looking stupider than a fucking squirrel in the beginning of summer that forgot where it hid all of its goddamn nuts. With his giant Reese cup mug, he sipped his coffee and then pressed delete on everything that did not support his cause. I wonder how much his soul's worth, because I assure you, it's been bought and paid for. What a fucking douche. I mean, you could look at the guy and tell he's a douchebag. Like, that is a prime grade douchebag.
Gundam, tell us how you really feel.
The Federal Communications Commission has a lot of reading to do if the agency wants to take the commenting period on the net neutrality seriously, which they will not. After introducing a proposal in May to roll back the existing rules that were implemented in 2015 under the previous administration, the FCC opened the subject up to public comments. So far, it has collected over 10 million opinions, and do not be surprised if they don't come out with some sort of bullshit video or article showing people in support of net neutrality. Most of those are bullshit comments. I will admit some are real. There are people who are completely and utterly just completely misinformed under this. I remember this black chick was telling me net neutrality was put in place by the Obama administration to spy on us. And I nearly spilled my sanity on the fucking floor. It's just like, how about you quit putting those cute little curls in your head, bitch, and get some knowledge?
Oh no, he didn't.
But anyway, long story short, this is a new record. It's also twice as many comments as were filed 2 years ago, and that only happened because John Oliver made people aware of it. You know, when it's a guy like me or even you telling your friends about net neutrality, they probably sit there squirrel-faced at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? You loser. You fucking tech-savvy dweeb. Nobody cares about this. Nobody, you know, and then when John Oliver made his video, because frankly, most people get their news from John Oliver now, he broke it down in layman's terms. And in layman's terms, for most people to understand, it was about, no, I'm thinking about the one where John Oliver explained to people that the government was spying on them, and that meant that the government was getting their dick pics and naked photos they were sending to their wives, husbands, girlfriends, and boyfriends, and then people started to care about it, and it's just like, oh my god, I'm surrounded by zombies. Except they don't eat flesh, they eat social media, mindlessly nibbling on each bit of stupid shit, whether it's Kim Kardashian or fucking R. Kelly starting a child fucking cult where he had sex with 14-year-olds. Like, really? Are you surprised R. Kelly's up to this shit again? My god, where's everybody's fucking brain? They should be watching Gundam videos, boosting my ad revenue, and making YouTube suggest me to other people. Okay, I am way off the point on this tech video because I did something dumb and I talked about net neutrality and I got myself fired up like a motherfucker. And last but not least, it looks like Corsair could be purchased for $500 million. I didn't really give too much of a shit until I saw who was going to buy Corsair. Then I became disheartened, you know. The rumors have claimed that two anonymous sources, Corsair is in advanced discussions to be acquired by Eagle Tree Capital. They claim that the transaction, if it goes through in the current form, will be worth more than $500 million USD. Eagle Trees has several backers, including Goldman Sachs. Macquarie Group and BNP Paribas are also among the backers. Now, PC Part Pickers believes this would be an interesting transaction. The company, being private, hasn't published their finances recently, but annual revenues were as high as $455 million in 2011. The catalog has since diversified heavily, especially with the seemingly successful power supply, cases, and liquid cooling product lines. At first, the rumor felt a little high because of $500 million is a lot of money, but they're certainly selling a lot of stock. At the same time, they don't do a lot of their own production, but they do spend a lot of effort in their designs and making them fit the unique niche in one way or another. I really wouldn't want to support anything that's shit to do with Goldman Sachs if I could avoid it. I personally feel if Corsair is sold, the fact that it's private is why Corsair seems to be one of the better companies. I will say their customer service is not bad. Their products are not bad. I've never had any issue with Corsair stuff. I'm sure there are people who have. I have a Corsair fucking power supply sitting in another computer that was beaten to shit by UPS. It's